Hey guys, Mount Vernon Kid here, coming to you again. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to Characters Why I Liked Them Series 2. And as I say before, this will be the last uh, uh, segment for a while, especially starting tomorrow. Section 10 of my Fantasy Fights kicks off, and that's really what's going to have my main attention. So this week, what's the character I'm here to talk about? That's easy. As you can see right there, I'm talking about Domino. Yes, indeed. Miss Nina Thurman, aka Domino. I love Domino. I've always loved her since I first saw her in the original X-Force. I always thought she was unique. She looked really different. Her name stood out. It really stood out for, oh yeah, she Domino, get it? You know, black and white. She just had this really look of like, you know, she's a badass chick and things like that. First and foremost, you know, who created her and where did she first appear? She was created by Fabian Naziza and Rob Lightfield. She first appeared in X-Force number 11. That was, I think, around 1992. And she really is the result of a top secret government breeding program known as, what was it called? Project Armageddon. And it pretty much was made to create the perfect genetic engineered fighting soldiers. Out of all those, the test subject, Domino was the only one that survived because of her mutant ability, which I'm gonna get into later. And she was basically freed. She got away from the project by her biological mother. And that's where she pretty much decided to be later on, that's where she pretty much decided to become like a freelance mercenary and things like that. But definitely she went on to live that life of a mercenary for a while before really getting into, you know, joining the groups called the Wild Pack that would later become Six Pack. And that was where she met Cable for the first time, and her and Cable really hit it off. They fell in love. Her and Cable were a really big item for a short time, for a while. And of course, you know, she stayed when they made X-Force. You know, she stayed with him. And when the original X-Force was made up of Cannonball, Warpath, Shatterstar, and people like that. And she was always by Cable's side, but you knew this is the girl that you don't want to screw around with. And I always loved that, and I respected that a lot about Domino, or Nina, as that's her real name. Now, a lot of people would always ask, and I think it's still to this day, not everybody really knows what Domino's mutant power is, like what she is capable of doing. So that's pretty much where I'll explain it to you guys, because pretty much everybody sees her, she's always wielding guns and everything like that. It's like, okay, then she really got no mutant powers, right? Well, her mutant power essentially basically is good luck. She basically possesses, she can manipulate probability in her favor. Like, so making her an excellent markswoman that she is, she can be, maybe, let's say, I say the longest that a sharpshooter or sniper has hit, she can double that and make the shot. So let's say she's at the Empire State Building, and she's aiming at somebody that is way across town, let's say maybe further uptown. She'll hit him. she can be upside down, and you're like, nobody can make a shot like that. She'll hit that person. She has the probability of doing that. That's her mutant power. That is exactly what she is capable of doing. But not just that, she can't. It's not really, her powers are not really consciously, like most of the time. Mostly her powers are used subconsciously, like she's not even knowing that her powers are working. That's always the intriguing thing as well about her mutant powers. But she's also an expert in like explosives and things like that. She's also highly skilled in martial arts and hand-to-hand combat. Pretty much Cable taught her things like that, and that was always that. Once M Day came around, we would have thought that she would have lost her powers, but she didn't. She didn't lose her powers, and she was actually a part of the that concentration camp. Remember the story arc called the 198. She was a part of that for a while, and then later on she joined up with the new X Force, which was the Black Ops team that was led by Wolverine. They got really close again, and it really kind of played it off later on in the series with them, and then she would later rejoin the X-Men, so to speak. And of course now she's still with the X-Men now. She rejoined back up the X-Men, but she's a part of Cyclops' side now. And I don't mind. It's good to see that she's still around. They're still using her, things like that. But yeah, she's a great character, guys. She really is. And there's so much to talk about her. In terms of media, other media-wise, has she made appearances outside of comics? Yes, she has. She's been in 2 X-Men cartoons. She made a brief appearance in. She made an appearance in the original X-Men, the 90s cartoon. And then she really played a big role in Wolverine and X-Men. She was a part of the Brotherhood. And in the future, her future version, she was a part of Bishop's X-Men team in the future. And they did a pretty good job on her, very much. I enjoyed what they did with her. She was doing the things that we know that Domino can do, the impossible shots and things like that. It was just perfectly done, in my opinion. Would I like to see Domino brought to the big screen, and who could pull it off? I've seen a lot of fan fiction people talk about who would be the perfect Domino and things like that. But to answer the first question, yeah, I would love to see her being brought. But like I said, as the fan fiction goes, I've seen people from Charlize Theron. They took a picture of her. Mostly I've seen people take her Aeon Flux look and just paint her white and give her the Domino look. And I was like, I love Charlize Theron, and so yeah, I could kind of see that. That would be kind of interesting. If they did, they would probably need somebody well known to play her. But like I've always said, unknowns work good too. But Domino is a very cool character. I mean, there's not too much that is not revealed about her past too much. So she's still kind of in the dark about that. We don't know too much about her, but she's a hell of a woman. She's a very strong woman that has survived a lot over her like she's 800 plus appearances in comics. Yeah, she's been in like over 800 comics appeared. So, and it's always good to know that. But as of right now, yeah, she is a part of what's going on in Avengers vs. X-Men. We've seen her literally call Wolverine a traitor to his face and things like that. And that hurt Wolverine. That story of in Wolverine the X-Men, issue number 10, where he talks about it to Kitty. You really, Aaron's did a great job, portraying that, showing like Wolverine doesn't want to do this. He said it. He said it to her. You think I like hearing people that I care about, fellow mutants call me a traitor to my face, things like that. And Domino was one of them, Uh, but I've always liked the name. Her name is really cool. Domino. And she lives up to it. She really does. Much indeed. I would consider her maybe one of the. Besides, without her powers, I think she's still a great markswoman, marksman, markswoman, because like I said, her powers are not activated something like, Cyclops or something, or Havoc, or Rogue, or things like that. It's subconsciously. She doesn't even know if it's activated or not, and that's something that was always intriguing about that. But Domino's a good character, guys. She really is, and I would like to know what you think about Domino. Do you like her? Do you hate her? How do you like? Do you like her powers? The whole 9 yard. How do you feel about if they? Do you think she's doable for the big screen? And do you think what some of those people in the fan fiction say could play her, like I just said, Charlize Theron and things like that? But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of characters why I like them. Like I said, this will be the last one for a while. I'll be back. It's not over. It's just this will be the last one for a while because I got something major that I'm starting, and it's really going to use up a lot of my time by doing it. So I can't really do weekly segments again like I used to. But once it's done, it'll be back. This will be back on a weekly Thursday basis as always. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is Mount Vernon Kid saying thank you for listening as always. This is Characters Why I Like Them, Series 2. And y'all tell me what y'all think of Domino. I love the feedback, guys. And other than that, y'all take care.